Hey guys, Space Fetus here, and today we're going to talk about the new crafting update. Now, the new crafting update came out just a few days ago. I haven't had time to put the video together, but we're going to do it now. So, after the release of the new mine, we were told that some of those items were being added to allow us to craft certain items that were in the store and various other things. So anyway, as you can see behind me, these are the new crafting items that have been added. Some of these require multiple parts, some of these just come as they sort of are. But we'll go into the recipes in a little while. But as you can see, there is these 9 brand new things, and then there's also the blank bumper, which is now being used. In addition to that, they have added an update to the Qubit store. So for those of you that haven't seen it, it's a bit more streamlined. The building one hasn't really changed, but the item one has. Now they've put all the stamps in one place. They've got all the player related stuff in one place, the flags, the quest packs, the name tags, etc, etc. What else have they done? They've removed certain things. You can no longer get the warp anchors in the store. You can no longer get most of the parkour stuff in the store. You can pretty much anything they've added craftable has been taken out of the store. So the new items we have a decorative mask, which unfortunately you can't do anything with, fiber and fiber rope, which are made from thorny vines, boom powder and fuses to craft bombs. This powder is very controversial right now. This is made from crushing fossils and cave arts, so it's really rare sort of items that are needed for this at the moment. They are, however, already talking about changing this, so you will gain more powder from crushing the artifacts, and it'll be a bit more worthwhile. Because at the moment, cave arts go for about 450 qubits. Now, when you see the crafting recipes, you'll see that this is actually used to craft some super basic stuff, which is essentially going to skyrocket the price of those items. So that's going to be leveled out. This is a basic sentry, which is going to be used to craft your password sentries, etc, etc. Refined iron ball, and a life force, which is like a little ghost in a bottle. So yeah, those are the new items. We'll just go take a look at the crafting recipes.
Okay, so the first set we have is for the life force, and that's the artifact powder, the crushed artifact, cloudy potion, and the empty jar. And then to make a basic sentry, that's the life force you've just crafted, and a decorative mask. Basic sentry and diamond will craft a personal sentry. Basic sentry and ruby will craft a friend sentry. Basic sentry and an emerald will craft a password sentry. So these basic sentries are pretty important if you want to be using sentries still. And considering that a life force is made with a crushed artifact, that's a huge deal. That's 450 qubits for every single sentry you want to make, essentially. Considering you got a billion sentries for 1,500 qubits, that's a huge difference. But as said before, they're looking to change it so that the crushed artifact will, you'll get more than one for crushing an artifact. I'm not sure how many you'll get, but it'll be a bit more worthwhile. The basic bumper, a gizmo and a heal wand will do a heal bumper. Basic
Stainless steel block, heal wand, and gizmo will do the heal block.
Currently it says heal wand, but it actually is only one charge of your heal wand, which again I think they're going to change it so it reflects that a bit more. But yeah, don't need to worry, it won't use up a whole heal wand. And they're also talking about making heal wands craftable, as currently you have to buy heal wands. So that's kind of a big deal as well. You can't get those bumpers without spending money on heal wands, unless you're using a lot of those bumpers. It's not really going to be cost effective for you. So that is another change they're looking to implement as well. Okay, so also we've got the basic bumper and the life block. That does a checkpoint bumper. Stainless steel block and a life block does the normal checkpoint. Stainless steel block, healing block does a life block. Basic bumper and checkpoint does a warp anchor. So these are now all craftable, which means they're no longer available in the store, as I said before, which can kind of be a pain. It's going to take a lot more effort to make them, but it should bring the price of them down, and people should be feeling like it's more worthwhile to craft them and sell them. So I imagine player stores will have a lot more of them. So the fiber makes fiber rope, and to make fiber, it's just thorny vines, I believe, although I think I've got a picture of that somewhere else. Fiber rope and boom powder does a fuse. Sulfur, charcoal, and mineral deposit does boom powder. And then refined iron ball, boom powder, fuse, and charcoal does bombs. So again, you can no longer buy bombs in store. So you can't just go, oh, there's some emeralds, and buy some bombs. You're going to have to carry bombs whenever you go mining, basically, on the off chance, because you might miss out otherwise. But that's not a huge deal. I know a lot of people are upset about it, but just carry bombs with you. Just craft bombs and carry them if you're going mining, and you'll save that problem right there.
So there's the recipe: thorny vines for the fibre, and any artifact that's cave art, fossils, any of that stuff will give you a crushed artifact. And as I've said before a few times already, you only get one currently from each artifact, but that may well be changing. So keep an eye on that. It might be worth waiting to craft these things until then, but obviously some people aren't going to be able to wait since they need their sentries, etc, etc. The thorny vines and the artifacts are done in extractors, as opposed to the previous recipes, which are all done in crafting table. Most of them can be done with any tools or no tools, with exceptions, I believe, of the Decorative Mask, which involves a knife. And finally, the refined iron does the refined iron ball. Now you just chuck that in the forge with a bit of coal to get your refined iron balls. And that's it for all the new crafting recipes. Now, they've already said that more are on the way. Obviously, there's those few changes that are going to be implemented as well that I mentioned, but curious to see what more we're going to be getting. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of new, craftable mobs, because I'm pretty sure that the files have been leaked for empty boxes, as well as the summoning circles. So I think you're going to be able to do some cool stuff to get your own mobs in a box, basically. So I think that would be pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that's helped out those of you that maybe didn't even know that these crafting recipes have popped up. They're pretty sly. They just sort of drop them in. And those of you that maybe weren't really sure how to work them out. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I will see you all soon. Thanks, guys.